Welcome back, my people, to my proving ground. Today we will be doing a PowerShell lab. I know it's been a while, but this is mostly a review of stuff I've already done. Um, some of the stuff has been done in command prompt, some things done in Bash. This is going to be trying to condense it just into PowerShell. It's not a whole lot. The main topics that we're looking at here are going to be that we're going to be diving into PowerShell itself. So let me bring that up here. We're going to go into it as an admin, and I'll bring this over here for now. And I'm just going to get my thoughts together. So there's mostly going to be a couple scripts in network monitoring and a little bit of remediation. What I mean by remediation is like virus scanning, that sort of thing. Now, as I get my thoughts together, we are probably to dive into the nitty gritty as I get my script. And if you have really good eyesight, you could probably see what it says here. Uh, this isn't going to be a master class. We're just going to be reviewing some practical scripts, and mostly it's stuff that has to do with network issues. Like I said, some of the stuff you've probably already seen it done in CMD. I've probably put up a video before, and we're going to dive into one beautifully long run-on sentence. Okay, it might not be that long, but we're going to actually try to demo here a few things. Tracking listening ports, outbound connections, tracking inbound connections, as well as updating virus protection signatures, doing a quick scan, also doing a full scan. All of this stuff is going to be done within PowerShell. Uh, no need to go bouncing in and out of the GUI. So we'll go from there, and we'll take it nice and slow. The first part we're going to do is just tracking listening ports. So we got a couple of different ways to do that. The first way we're going to mess around here, and you may have noticed I've done this because I'm a slow typist and it's a lot easier for me to just copy and paste. But we're going to go get net TCP connection, and we're going to do a state of listening. So we're going to just drop that here in this admin terminal. And as we do that, you can actually see everything. The colors start popping out here. And we will hit enter. And this is what it does. It gives us our local address, our local port, and our remote address. And also the remote port. 0 means closed. 1 means listening or true. So we don't have anything that's actively listening from what I can tell here. Now, if we wanted to do this a little bit more detailed, we can go show listening ports with more detail. Now here, we're going to get a lot more stuff. I'm just going to copy it over to the terminal because the lettering is going to be a little bit bigger and easier for me to read to you. So we are going to just paste it. Same thing. To get the net TCP connection, we're going to go for a listening state. We are going to select an object. The property is going to be the local address, the local port, the owning process, or the PID. And the expression, we're going to get that process ID. So we're going to get the PID number, and the table is going to auto size for us. So when we do this and we hit enter, this is what it's going to look like. Isn't this is a lot neater than what we got up here. We have different ports, and also what the process names are going. Here's the ID numbers, ports, PID numbers. These are the processes. Gives you a better idea of what we're dealing with here. Now, from there, we're going to move on to other things. We're going to go check on, you guessed it, tracking outbound connections. And same thing, we're going to do a get net TCP connection. But here is where we're going to be looking for the outbound connections. And it is going to be here. Let's copy this. Okay, as I mentioned, we're going to look for the object. The state is going to be established as an outbound connection. And this is what it's going to look like. At a moment, I might have missed something. I may not have any outbound connections. This can happen. Or we could try this again. I think I might have added something a little bit more in here, but let's see. There we go. So, got the port, remote address is here, local address. Now we move on. If we wanted to show process details for the outbound connections, I did have it right here. And this time, being careful not to get any extra spaces in there because apparently PowerShell will be a little finicky. And if we put this in here, now this is a lot neater. Instead of doing columns, just breaking it down into little batches here. Where you got your address, your port, your remote address, remote port, the state, and the process that goes with it. Very useful. So, okay, we've already checked out listening ports, we checked out outbound ports. Now we're going to be looking at inbound connections. So let's see what we got here. A couple of things. We're going to go with the basics, just shows only the inbound connections. And as you've already seen, it's pretty much the same thing. It's like we are listening, and we're looking for a state of one, meaning true, that that's actually on, or that there is an inbound connection. It's confirming it. So let's put that in here. As you see, you're getting that TCP connection. Where object, it's established, or it's got a state of listening. And the remote address right here. To be honest with you, I keep forgetting what these little flags mean. I will look those up. State of 1, true, and the remote address, not counting the loopbacks. So, if we hit enter, this is what it looks like. After a while, it doesn't mean anything. It's just a whole bunch of numbers. But if you actually deep dive, you can actually go a little further and find out what those mean. Now, on top of that, we also have, if we only want to view established inbound connections, of course, you get that connection and you're going to look for an established state. And after all that typing or copying pasting, it's going to look like this, which is pretty petite. Again, remote port, remote address, local port, local addresses. And if you wanted to go a little bit further to identify the process name associated with the connection, we can do that too. This is where we actually spend a little more time. Thankfully, I don't have to torture you with my slow typing. And do this. So we're looking for the property, local address, and all that good stuff here, plus the process name and the expression. Everything. So when we hit enter, it breaks it down. Now all of a sudden you know that the process name is right here. In this case, I got a lot of Firefox browsers as well as Chrome. See them, SVC host and all that stuff, systems. Ta-da! That covers a lot, but we still got a little bit more. I know, I know. I love those TV shows. Those commercials would say, but wait, there's more. And in this case, there is. I'm going to look at section 4 here. It's going to be pretty straightforward and simple. Just want to update the virus protection signatures, so it's an update MP signature. Not a problem. If you've already done it, it may not do it for you. I did it earlier. Let's find out if it lets me do it again. It's taking its time. It's taking its time. It did it. That's it. Trust me, you get a lot of red if you actually did this wrong. Mostly it's because it's a syntax error of some kind. But if we want to move further, we can go to the next phase, which would be, we'll do a quick scan. Now, I did a quick scan earlier, so whether it stopped or not, I'm not sure. But the short version is, I do know this works. When I say I never tried doing this stuff back to back, so it may not work. But understand if you haven't done it before today on the machine, it should do it. You're starting scan and you're calling it a quick scan. The other option is full. And full will take forever. And there you go. And this might take a while. Just to make your life easy, the last portion is going to be right here. It's the exact same thing, only it says full scan. This is going to go for a little bit, and I'm not going to actually stay on for the entire time for it to just finish. But understand, if we want to do a full scan, it'd be the exact same thing, just change this to full instead of quick, and then hit enter. It's going to look just like this, only it's going to take a lot longer than a few minutes. It should take you as long as it takes, depending on how big a hard drive you got. And with that, we conclude our PowerShell lab. Hopefully, you got a lot out of this. I want to actually incorporate this and get fancy into some of your other projects, sort of as a feature or as part of a layered scanning protocol for your network that you can run this on individual clients or just do a batch on the whole network in one shot. Have fun. But for me, I'm calling it quits, at least for tonight. So everybody, good night.